Is the Master Agreement Section 5 Events of Default. In the previous video, we had an overview of Section 5 Events of Default and Termination Events. It was just an introductory video for the events of default and termination events of the Section 5. In this video, we are going to learn about Section 5 Events of Default. Section 5 is one of the important sections of the Master Agreement. The terms of this section in the agreement are highly negotiated and contentious between the parties. There will be a lot of pushbacks between the parties. Not just with the counterparty, there may be a lot of pushbacks within the company you're working for or within the bank you're representing. Now let us try to understand it further. Here is an extract of the first paragraph of Section 5A, Events of Default from 2002 is the Master Agreement. Now I will read the extract. The occurrence at any time with respect to a party or if applicable any credit support provider of such party or any specified entity of such party of any of the following events constitute an event of default with respect to such party. However, it is subject to Section 5C and Section 6E4. The specified events which constitute events of default with party itself or its credit support provider. Credit support provider is an issuer of credit support, such as guarantee, or it can be a specified entity of the party. Specified entity is an entity specified for this purpose in the schedule. Specified entity is usually a closed group member whose circumstances are likely to impact the party itself. However, this is subject to Section 5C and Section 6E4. Let us now see these two sections. Here is an extract of Section 5C which talks about hierarchy of events. If a single event or circumstances have both an event of default and an illegality, it is to be treated or considered as an illegality. This may limit the extent to which cross-default provisions under other agreements may be triggered for reasons which are beyond a party's control. This will also amend the 2002 agreement to reflect the inclusion of force majeure. Now let us see the extract of Section 6E4. 6E refers to payment on early termination, and subclause 4 reflects to adjustment for illegality or force majeure event. Section 6E refers to the payment on early termination. This provision sets out a way in which the closeout payments are to be calculated. The object of this provision is to reduce all the payments and deliver obligations which may be outstanding between the parties to a single payment obligation, which would be paid from one party to the other. The obligations may be physical delivery of the various commodities or payments in various currencies to a single payment. We will go through more elaborately on Section 6E later. This is just an overview. The other Section 6E4, which refers to adjustment for illegality or force majeure event, this is a new provision with respect to non-payment of early termination amount by the party or credit support provider, which arises from an illegality or force majeure event. If this event happens, the non-payment will be considered as an event of default, which is under the failure to pay or deliver or credit support default. To understand more about the provision, kindly refer to the video of Section 6E4. In this video, we have learned about Section 5 Events of Default to some extent. However, we are going to further discuss in the upcoming videos. In the next video, we are going to learn about the first event of default, that is Section 5A1, which is failure to pay or deliver. I would greatly value your feedback you may please send them to derivatives.documentation@gmail.com. You can get the updates of derivatives documentation by subscribing to this channel. Please do like the video or feel free to comment and share on the contents. If you want to learn more about derivative products and commercial contracts, you may visit my other YouTube channels. Thank you.